So as you get older, your testosterone level naturally drops, right? And that's not always good, right? There's sexual issues that end up happening because of that. There's body issues, there's bone density, there's all sorts of stuff that you don't really want to deal with, but you do want to be on top of. And that's where today's video sponsor, Peter MD, is here to help with testosterone replacement therapy. Peter MD is the most exclusive and largest TRT online clinic in the United States. Testosterone plays a role in a number of body functions. It can improve mood, energy levels, cognition, and even bone density. It's not just about sexual health. The steps to get started are very easy. Just schedule your blood test with Peter MD online. According to your location, you'll be shown a list of possible lab locations in your area. Once the lab has processed the test results, you'll be emailed along with Peter MD getting a copy of your blood test. A certified Peter MD patient coordinator will call and follow up with you to discuss your results. Possible treatments will be discussed with you, and after that, treatment can begin. If you're currently already in your TRT treatments and looking to switch over to Peter MD can assist in the transfer over of those services. Peter MD continues to grow and has over 3,000 reviews to show their reputability along with amazing customer service. If you're looking to start your TRT journey, use my code SSR on new patient blood work for 50% off. Or if you're currently with another TRT service provider and looking to switch, use my code SSR2 for 15% off a TRT package. So click the link below in the description to get started. Thank you, Peter MD, for teaming up with me on this video. All right, everybody, Rob Ferretti here, and July 4th just ended, and obviously with my business, it was not without the fireworks. And the fireworks were not because of this C8, but because the Z06 is so far away from a C8 that all the good in reliability that this one has, the Z06 doesn't seem to have. Now, I swear to God, I had zero problems with my Z06 until I made the video saying, like, this thing's had no problems. I don't know what everyone's complaining about. And it's been problem after problem after problem. Now, I've got the transmission is still up in the air, right? It's intermittent. So you bring it to the dealership, clear the codes, it's intermittent, you don't know what to do, you wait till it comes back. The other problem I had, it was just out for the July 4th holiday. Customer calls me up, he's like, hey, key fob, this is 4 hours into his rental, key fob's not working, it's not recognizing it. I'm like, oh, interesting. Why don't you try, like anything, with the Corvette, and it's a known thing to people that own them, if you leave your key in the car, so say like you leave your key in the cup holder, there's a safety feature that makes it so somebody can't just get in, like, if they don't know the key's in there, they could push the button, it's not going to recognize the key fob because it hasn't moved. So if it's in the cup holder, you go to start it, and you're like, what, the key's right here. If you move it a couple of inches, boom, starts right up. So that's a safety feature. So I figured that's what we were dealing with. The guy said, no, it's actually, I had the key on me. I came back into the car. I'm like, it's a different problem. So I'm like, try getting in, try getting out. It's like, try like hard cycling it so you could keep the battery off for 2 minutes, then get back in, start it up. Still nothing. So I was like, you know what? I can't imagine with a 2023 that the key fob battery doesn't work, but who knows? I sent somebody down, he was an hour away, to bring the other key, the backup key, the master key, whatever you want to call it. And that key didn't work either. And I was getting a OnStar thing that said low voltage. Like, oh, it's like low battery. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's try to trickle charge it. We brought the Hulkman, which is one of our little jumper packs. And that thing's like super powerful. And it sort of drained the Hulkman from 100 to 0. And they're like, well, now what? So we had to leave the car there. We brought him a different car. And we had the thing where, like, the next day we're like, we'll go back. We'll bring jumper cables. We'll hook it up to something. We'll bring a battery tender. Still couldn't get the thing to turn over. And we couldn't get it into neutral. That's the worst, right? You can't even get the thing into neutral to get it off his driveway. So we had to get OnStar to go, pick it up, tow it to the dealership. It went to the Chevrolet dealership. And it turns out, I wasn't expecting this one, it's the windshield. Right? Well, what do you mean the windshield? There's some, and it's got to be back in here somewhere, some glass break sensor that if you break the glass, it triggers the alarm and disables the car effectively. So they think somebody's trying to steal your car Why that would, like, who breaks through a windshield to get into a car? I don't know, but that's what took the car down now. So now they're like, well, we cleared the codes, we can give it back to you. I'm like, buddy, there is zero chance I want this thing breaking down again and getting towed back to you. Even though there's a rental coming up on it in 2 days, I told him to keep it. I'll give him something else. It's like, especially because it's a guy's wedding. Last thing I need to do is like, your Z06 is broken down and I can't make it to the wedding or whatever. So far, not having incredible luck. It's actually been the most unreliable string of things that I've had with a car in 10 years, if not longer. And I mean, that's with Maseratis, McLarens. McLaren would probably be the only one that's relatively close to, like, brought it to the dealer, got it fixed, left, and it went bad again. So I'll keep you in the loop. I told them to also just, like, you know, hey, while you're in there, do you have any codes for the transmission? They're like, nope. I'm like, all right. It's like, it just, the fact that you can't rely on a car is a big problem in my industry. So if it turns out that I still can't rely on this and we can't bang this out and figure out and chase away all these little problems, which I'm hoping we do. And I still don't understand how I assume this car has the same level of technology. When you think of a Z06, it looks exactly like this. It's virtually the same. It's just got a different driveline and brake package, and like it's all performance stuff, but nothing having to do with the nonsense. Like nothing having to do with the alarm, glass alarm and everything like that. So hopefully this gets sorted out and we're over the hump and this thing is golden forever. If not, guess who's selling a Z06? It's going to be this guy. But I just can't have something that's unreliable because we service such a wide area. If I have a truck bring something out to the Hamptons and it's 3.5, 4 hours to get out there with traffic, and the guy calls me up 3 hours later, I got to send the truck out and back, bring it up. It's not worth it for the amount of money that we charge for the car. If it was something that went out for $5 a day or something like that, it's worth it. But for $9.95 a day, it's a great experience when it works. It's just going to go the way of the McLarens in my world, where McLarens, I don't rent them. Not that they're not phenomenal cars to drive, which they are. They're great cars when they work, but they don't work so often that it becomes more of a hindrance and more of a pain in the ass than anything. So we'll find out. So I should get the car back early next week. We'll get it back in the rotation. If you're local, I'd love to rent it to you. If you're like really close, so you don't have to ship it to Philly or Boston or something like that and cross my fingers and lose sleep at night worrying that the thing's going to break. Rob Ferretti, thank you for watching. Chevrolet, come on. What's up? What's up with this one? And I shouldn't be, this isn't even like bad mouthing it because it's a great car. It's just the reliability stuff. I don't know where this came from, and I don't want to like deal with a lemon on this car because I don't think it should be a lemon, but these issues, it's not the like check. I take a check engine light in a Ferrari all day long because it still drives. It's when you're stuck. And this car, every problem we've had thus far has made it immobile. That's a problem. All right, by way of update, Z06 having more problems. It's again still the C8. It's 2 weeks later. Remember, that was July 4th that car went down. It's now July 18th or so, and I'm having a big problem. So the car got towed to the dealership. Dealership got the new sensor in the glass. We thought that was the problem causing it. It wasn't, but there was also a 400 amp fuse that was blown. It's a big fuse, by the way. Like they replaced that, still nothing. Still couldn't get it to start. They can't get it into neutral. So they had to order a special tool to get it into neutral. Right now, I'm thinking it's like the transmission or possibly the engine is locked up. So like worst case scenario, but the guys are working on it. We'll give you an update as we get it, but not looking good. It's been down for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It was right here. I literally was like parked right here and I jinxed myself. Bad move. Because I was like, this thing's been great, no problems. The next half mile, the thing decided to go on strike. So there's your update. When I know more, I will let you know. I'm going to Italy for 10 days, so it's not going to be the top of my mind. But when I do get back from Italy, I really hope that car is back up and working, be it with a new transmission, be it with a new engine, whatever it needs. Hopefully it gets resolved. It's obviously a significantly more complex issue than initially thought. Stay tuned.